Hello. On this particular dusk, we find ourselves at Chestnut Park. This is where I come to meditate every Sunday morning at 9, right over there near that clump of trees. It's one of the most peaceful places in Davis and one of my favorites. This is Dr. Andy, and I'm offering you another story about one of my students. This one is a student named Lorraine. She took my writing and education class in 2004. I seem to remember that it was the summer of 2004. I remember the class took place in the basement of Olson Hall, where I suppose I've taught more classes than in any other building at UC Davis. And Lorraine was memorable for a number of reasons. One, she was an older student than many of her peers. Two, she was headstrong and principled, ready to take on the professor, which I love, and even her peers on different topics having to do with fairness, justice, education for all, inclusion, equity, etc. And I remember, more so than in most other classes that I've taught, that was a class where students had differing opinions and they voiced those opinions in a mostly civil fashion. I remember that Lorraine, who I would run into at UC Davis because she stuck around to earn her PhD in education, that Dr. Lorraine told me one time when I ran into her, this was probably while she was finishing up her PhD, that she appreciated that I didn't just clamp down on the students when heated words were shared, that I guided the conversation towards the topics at hand, leaving room for differing opinions. Lorraine was very much communicating progressive opinions. There was one young woman who would communicate conservative opinions. And sometimes the class found themselves taking sides. And I left room for this to happen. And Lorraine told me that she appreciated that. That she wanted me, she thought, to just clamp down on students who disagreed with her. But instead, I made it as safe a place as possible for the students in that class to debate education. And because we were talking about education and teaching, the stakes were high. So that's one thing I remember. Another thing I remember is that late in the quarter, Lorraine's childcare fell through. And so she brought her kids to class. And there might have been 3 kids. It might even have been at the final exam. I know it was late in the quarter. And so I was delighted to have a chance to actually meet children in a class where we talked about educating children, writing and education. And I got the sense that Lorraine maybe was a disciplinarian, was overstating it. But those children of hers were very well behaved. I don't know what sort of projects they were working on while either class was in session or Lorraine was taking her final exam. Back then, we had final exams in person. Can you imagine? But I was impressed with Lorraine's children, and all the more so impressed with Lorraine. So we ran into each other yet again in 2018. Now, how do you remember that, Dr. Andy? Well, because I sent her a note. And the note, let me just call her up one more time, was sent on July 11th, 2018. So just about 8 years and a month ago. Exactly. I said, "Hi, Lorraine. What a pleasure it was to run into you today. If you would like to meet with me at some point during this first summer session, I'm holding office hours on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings at 11 in 353 Voorhees." Speaking of protecting information, I've just revealed where my office is, 353 Voorhees. I'd be glad to chat with you some more about strategies for finding you a position that would meet all of your intellectual and philanthropic objectives. I look forward to our conversation. And then 5 minutes ago, I sent her another note saying, "Lorraine, just checking in. It's been 8 years since last we chatted. What's up with you? How are you?" And then I told her that she has a beautiful family, which is something I could glean from her photos on Facebook. I appreciate her friending me all those years ago. Facebook is kind of the unspoken assistant to all of these projects. It functions like a jogger of memories. Everyone needs their memory jogged once in a while. Many of us would need fewer jogs for our memories if we would go for a jog. Me, I just take really long walks. Maybe you have gathered that. Well, I'm so impressed with Lorraine that she stayed at UC Davis, as I did. I went there for a master's degree and then stuck around with my PhD. She went there for an undergraduate degree and then got her PhD and then left for greener pastures, as most people do. I think as UC Davis wants us to do, but not me. I stuck around for 37 years. And the best part? Getting to meet students like my colleague, Dr. Lorraine. My name is Dr. Andy, and this is Diary of a Quizmaster. Thanks so much for watching to the end of this particular remembrance of my student, Dr. Lorraine. I invite you to like this particular video, to subscribe to the YouTube channel. YouTube just announced that in order to get monetized, I look forward to more people seeing these videos about my students. I don't necessarily need to get monetized. But in order to get monetized, it was announced this week, we need to not have 4,000 watch time hours over the course of a year, but 8,000. Ouch! I think I'm somewhere like around 70 hours. You also need 1,000 subscribers. Oh, but the work I've got to do. I should probably contact people like Lorraine, Dr. Lorraine, who have quite a following on Instagram. I need some tips. Who will ever find these videos? I've told almost no one about my YouTube channel. I'm waiting for the algorithm to find me. It's having trouble. These videos, they're not so practical. I'm not solving problems. I'm telling stories. Some of the stories are more like anecdotes. What's more fragmentary than an anecdote? A fragment. What's more fragmentary than a fragment? A quip. Some of these are merely quips. My name is Dr. Andy. Stick around for more quips. Like and subscribe. I'll see you for the next chapter of Diary of a Quizmaster. Bye-bye.